The atmosphere was electric, not in the usual red carpet sense, but in a darker, more curious way. It wasn't the familiar noise of camera flashes and PR-managed excitement. It was something heavier, a charged tension humming across social media. The world was holding its breath, waiting for the next big revelation. At the center of it all was Jason Lee, the self-proclaimed king of celebrity gossip, known for his raw honesty and instinct for uncovering secrets before they hit the mainstream. This time, Lee wasn't simply stirring up rumors. He was firing off warnings, setting off verbal explosions that threatened to tear through one of the most powerful families in entertainment, the Carters. His target was clear. Beyoncé, a global icon whose name itself commands reverence, found herself at the heart of the storm. Her husband, Jay-Z, the billionaire rapper and business mogul, stood beside her in both fame and controversy. Together, they had built an empire, a brand of perfection that few dared to challenge. And then there was Kelly Rowland, Beyoncé's longtime friend and Destiny's Child bandmate, a woman who had always seemed like a sister in every sense but blood. For decades, the two had stood side by side through success and struggle, their bond appearing unbreakable. Yet, according to Jason Lee, cracks had been forming beneath the surface for years, and now those fractures threatened to become fault lines. It all began on one of Lee's live streams, the kind his audience had grown accustomed to, fast-talking, unapologetic, filled with hints of scandal and insider gossip. But midway through, the tone shifted. His voice hardened, his eyes narrowed, and his words carried a distinct edge. He mentioned Kelly Rowland directly, insisting she come on his show. It wasn't a polite invitation, it was a warning wrapped in charm. The implication was obvious. If she didn't comply, he would expose something explosive. His co-hosts, usually quick with jokes and commentary, fell silent. Everyone watching could sense the weight behind his words. Jason wasn't bluffing, he was issuing a threat. The tension escalated when he turned his attention toward Jay-Z. Staring straight into the camera, he accused the rap mogul of trying to silence him through intermediaries. "Jay-Z, you're watching," he said, voice laced with defiance. "I know you're watching. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself." The message was unmistakable. He had something big, something that could damage Jay-Z's image, and he wasn't afraid to use it. As expected, the internet went into overdrive. Curiosity spread faster than outrage. People wanted to know, why Kelly? Why not Beyoncé directly? If Jason really had dirt, why circle around it instead of striking at the queen herself? This indirect approach sparked countless theories. Some said Kelly was the weak link. Others suggested that whatever he knew involved her deeply, perhaps even emotionally. It didn't take long before wild speculation flooded timelines. Fans began revisiting the history between the trio, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Kelly, and the more people looked, the stranger things seemed. Beyoncé and Kelly had always been inseparable in their early years, finishing each other's sentences, mirroring body language, and sharing a connection that bordered on telepathic. Yet, as Beyoncé's solo career skyrocketed and her partnership with Jay-Z became a cultural cornerstone, Kelly seemed to fade into the background. She was supportive, loyal, but distant in ways people couldn't quite explain. Was it simply life taking them in different directions, or did Jay-Z play a role in reshaping that bond? Some speculated he intentionally created distance, recognizing the power these two women held together. Theories began to swirl, each darker than the last. Then came another bombshell from Jonathan Hay, a music industry insider with a history of provocative claims. Hay alleged that Jay-Z had a voyeuristic side, claiming he enjoyed watching Beyoncé with other men. He even used the word cuck, a term so loaded it instantly set off shockwaves online. Many dismissed him as an attention seeker, but others couldn't help connecting the dots. If what Hay suggested was true, then the rumors surrounding Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Kelly might not be as outlandish as they seemed. Fans started combing through old Destiny's Child interviews and footage, searching for signs. Every laugh, every glance, every physical touch between Beyoncé and Kelly became suspect. In retrospect, people said there was always something deeper in their chemistry, an emotional closeness that bordered on intimate. Jay-Z, meanwhile, often appeared as a quiet observer, standing just outside their shared bubble. The tension reached new heights with the release of Beyoncé's Renaissance film. What should have been a triumphant celebration of her artistry turned into the next chapter of the drama. Jason Lee, who had apparently invested money and influence expecting to attend the premiere, was left out of the guest list entirely. To him, it wasn't just a professional slight, it was personal. He saw it as rejection from a circle he once believed he was part of. That exclusion seemed to light a fuse. Soon after, he took to his platform, accusing Beyoncé of not supporting black media. But beneath that critique, the bitterness was unmistakable. He wasn't just calling her out for media politics, he was striking back at someone he felt had betrayed him. The internet pounced on the drama. Comment sections filled with speculation, TikToks broke down every new statement, and YouTube was flooded with theories connecting dots that might not even exist. Jason Lee's rants only added fuel. He never fully revealed what he knew, but the insinuations alone were enough to keep people talking. Some said he was bluffing. Others believed he was holding back for maximum impact. Every silence from Beyoncé seemed to make the rumors grow louder. Kelly Rowland's behavior added even more intrigue. Observers noticed she had become increasingly private, steering clear of questions about Beyoncé or Destiny's Child. Her interviews felt rehearsed, her tone guarded. Even small public gestures, her absence from Beyoncé's events, her reluctance to mention her friend, were treated like clues in a mystery. Was she distancing herself to avoid fallout? Or was she protecting Beyoncé from the chaos Jason Lee threatened to unleash? Beyoncé, of course, maintained her trademark silence. She has always lived by the rule of never explaining, never complaining. In the past, she might have addressed speculation indirectly through lyrics or visual symbolism, but this time, nothing came. No photos of sisterhood with Kelly, no interviews, no hidden messages, just stillness. It was the kind of silence that invites endless interpretation. Some said she was refusing to dignify gossip. Others believed she was hiding something too volatile to expose. The frenzy built until it felt like a pressure cooker ready to explode. Some wondered if the entire saga was just a marketing tactic, a brilliant PR move to keep her name dominating headlines. But for others, the emotional weight behind Lee's words and Kelly's subtle withdrawal felt too real to be fabricated. Was this the beginning of a downfall or just another cycle in the world of celebrity mythology? Then came an unexpected moment, Kelly's Claritin interview. On the surface, it was harmless, a simple promotional chat for an allergy medication. But the internet, ever vigilant, noticed the tension. Her smile seemed stiff, her responses rehearsed, and when the interviewer mentioned Beyoncé's name, her demeanor shifted for a fraction of a second. Her eyes flickered with discomfort, her fingers tightened around the microphone. To most, it was nothing. To the online detectives, it was confirmation that something deeper was wrong. They zoomed in on micro-expressions, analyzing body language like crime scene evidence. Every hesitation became a clue, every pause a possible confession. Attention turned once more to Beyoncé's music. Her lyrics have always doubled as coded reflections of her inner world, and now fans were listening with new ears. Were her songs revealing something hidden, frustrations, guilt, or even secret heartbreaks? Or were people simply projecting their curiosity onto her art, turning creativity into conspiracy? And hovering over all of it was Jay-Z, a man whose history made the rumors feel plausible. The Lemonade confessions, the public apologies, the acknowledgement of infidelity, all of it served as background noise to this new wave of allegations. If he had already admitted to betraying Beyoncé once, was it really impossible to believe he might be involved in more unconventional arrangements? Jonathan Hayes' claims about voyeurism might have been extreme, but they provided a narrative framework that fans found disturbingly logical. If Jay-Z derived satisfaction from control, both emotional and physical, it could explain this strange distance between Beyoncé and Kelly. It was a twisted idea, but one that fit neatly into the puzzle forming online. Meanwhile, Kelly seemed determined to keep her distance, focusing on her own ventures and staying far from the Carter orbit. To some, she appeared to be in damage control mode, protecting her career from potential fallout. To others, her retreat was an act of loyalty, an attempt to shield Beyoncé from greater harm. Whatever her motives, her silence matched Beyoncé's, creating an eerie mirror effect. Both women said nothing, and that nothing said everything. Beyoncé's strategy, as always, was meticulous. She's long mastered the art of letting silence do the talking, of maintaining mystery to preserve power. By not engaging, she ensured that the narrative couldn't be pinned down. Every move, or lack thereof, was deliberate, calculated, and designed to keep her one step ahead. Yet even her composure seemed to be tested this time. The absence of her once close ally, the public tension with Jason Lee, and the intensifying whispers all pointed to a moment of rare vulnerability. The Queen's control appeared to be slipping, if only slightly. For Jason Lee, the situation had evolved into a full-on vendetta. Being excluded from the Renaissance premiere was, in his mind, a declaration of war. It was Beyoncé asserting dominance, drawing boundaries around her empire, and making it clear that some people were no longer welcome. And Lee, armed with alleged secrets, positioned himself as the man who could bring that empire to its knees. Whether motivated by truth or revenge, he continued to dangle hints, feeding the internet's insatiable hunger for scandal.